Oh, Betty, are you looking for some love today? You are one rough bitch, that's for sure. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Dang, didn't see you there. So I'm standing here in front of this beautiful piece of machinery. Betty, 1989 Marmon 57P Arrow. Let me just tell you that Betty has been long neglected. And I bought this truck and they said, oh, we don't think there's anything wrong with the motor. Seems like they were just driving it and then they weren't. And so, looking it over, everything was on there, unlike Truck X, which is all butchered and pieces missing and whatever. So I thought this truck was going to be a work of art. But after trying to start it a couple times and having Don McCord come over and mess around with it with me, and we came to the conclusion that it just wasn't going to go, which I kind of already knew that, but people were persistent about, oh, you don't, your starter's no good, your battery cable's no good, maybe it's 24 volts, whatever. And sorry, my voice is a little hashed. Not sure what's going on with that. But anyways, I already knew by the way it was turning over something was wrong with it. And well, now we know that number 3 and number 6 cylinders are scored, and the more you crank on it, the tighter that piston tries to get in the cylinder, and so this truck's going to come apart. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this hood ready to go. Don's here today. He's doing a little work on Marla. He said to me, he's like, James, I really suck at electrical and I could use the practice. Can I work on some of your junk? And I was like, oh, heck yeah, man. But no. Anyway, Don's good at electrical. I'm not. He see me struggling with Marlo a little bit, so he offered his help, and he came over a couple times now, and he's tracking down some heat and AC issues and some electrical inside the cab. He's going to try and get that done today and maybe get the interior put back in. So I'm going to get this hood ready to come off, and then I'm going to see if Don will spend 10 minutes with me, and we'll take this hood off, and we'll sit it up someplace safe. And I'm going to start on this engine. I'm going to get some of the accessories off. Exhaust manifold, intake manifold, pull the head off, and then we can get in there, show you the scored cylinders, and maybe we'll get the oil pan off, get the coolant out, get the radiator off. We'll get a whole bunch of stuff done. Get that head off, and I'll get the serial number. We'll order some pistons and some sleeves, a gasket set. We'll stick this thing back together, and we'll get it running and driving, because ain't no sense in having trucks sitting around needing an engine. We got Betty, we got Truck X, we got Dolores, we got Crystal. I can't drive any of those trucks right now, and it's irritating the crap out of me. Dolores is the closest, but the radiator that I found for it is not a summer job, it's a winter job, so I'm going to wait till the weather changes, and we'll get that radiator, get it in there, and we'll get that truck tested. We'll get Don over here, do some electrical in there, because that's a nightmare. We'll also get Don in the Truck X, because that's a nightmare. We'll get Don and Tricia, because that's a nightmare. Don will be spending a full time over here at the James Pretty Farm working on these hogs. But anyhow, let me get this hood ready to come off. Let me take you along for the ride, and let's get started, huh? Hey Don, can I use you again? If you want to get on that side and just hold that fender. This is my leg. Okay, so we'll just scoot it up the table. Oh, it's a lot heavier than I thought. Ready? Whoa! Whoa! Well, that was a lot heavier than I thought.
I thought I saw a pussy cat.
Yeah, that was way heavier than I thought it was going to be. We good? Trying to get the air to go through the radiator. You know, it was running hot. It was running hot. You can tell. That's why those cylinders are smoked. They were trying to figure out why it's running hot. There's always indications.
Oh yeah.
You know, you get indications and you go, huh? Okay. All right, guys. So got the hood off. I should have videoed that because it was a mess. Don's like, oh no, it's not heavy. I can handle it. And then as soon as I popped the bolt loose, he dropped the thing on the floor and stuff. No, not really. We thought we could handle it, but apparently there's some steel inside that hood. 'Cause it was not easy. Let me get a look down here and see what we got. Should have a bung. You guys that have been watching me for a while know that I use a tote for the coolant, and then I use a pump to pump the coolant back into the motor out of the tote. This is green coolant, so we likely won't be reusing it. Come here. Yeah, you got no injectors in it. Feel the air coming out of 2 and then 3 and then 5 and then 6. See what I mean? Yeah. Huh?
No compression.
No compression. Oh my God, dude. Which one of my buddies did that?
Oh shit.
Man, you know what sucks? Is I'm all out of the oil dry. Would I just put a gallon on the ground? Alright. It's cool. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. Alright guys, just in case you wondered what we were talking about. There's what 2 gallons of old diesel oil looks like on the ground when a guy ain't got no more oil dry. Dang, man, why you do that, Don? I had 6 bags. Oh, I know where there's a bag of oil dry. I was using it for a seat in the Belvedere. Perfect. Perfect, Don. That's exactly what I needed. You know what? I just needed 5 gallon oil dry, or 5 gallon oil on my floor. Perfect. You're like take the getting the coolant out, gonna get the oil out. We're gonna put the oil in a bucket this time, sit on the floor, and we'll get the radiator pack off. That'll give me a chance to get that stuff taken to your radiator shop, get it boiled out, pressure check, paint it up, looking nice. Get this intercooler boiled out, pressure checked, looking nice. Get them ready to go back in. Again, we're going to save all the pieces. We'll put it in this big tote right here, and then pull all the pieces out as needed. We'll just cut these wires right here. We're going to have to recreate the headlight wiring and this auxiliary fan wiring, which we probably won't need this fan. I'm sure this thing was running hot. They had been packing foam in between the intercooler and the radiator, trying to get some airflow increase. So that's probably why it tied up those cylinders. They probably run it hot. I don't see, oh yeah, you can see the whole top of the block where the head meets the block is all burnt. This Caterpillar paint turns pink when you get it too hot. So you can see this thing's been hot. The whole front of the motor is kind of coked over. You know, is what it is. This old girl was put through the ringer. She's a log hauler, and you know, that's hard on stuff. So we'll just keep going. We'll get the bottom radiator mount out. We'll get the top radiator mount out. We'll get the hoses off, and then we'll sneak in here, grab the hood, move it. Then we'll grab the forklift in, we'll get the radiator out. I don't think me and Don want to manhandle the radiator today. And then once we get the radiator off, we'll take the AC compressor and alternator brackets off. Take the power steering pump or power steering reservoir off, turbo off, exhaust off. We'll probably leave the exhaust manifold right on the head. We'll take the valve train off, take the head off, and we'll just take the head right to the machine shop with the exhaust manifold on it. We'll have them take it off and fix all the holes and put a stud kit in it. Check that out. Oh, what the hell? We'll fix that too. I don't even know how the guy could crush that. This sprayed down. Got this stuff here from my buddies at ImperialSupplies.com. This penetrating oil with PTFE. And at first I didn't think I liked it, but you know, it's actually really good. And that's ImperialSupplies.com if you guys are looking for anything. They do fasteners, electrical connectors, lubricants, you know, gloves, hats, safety glasses, all the important stuff. Ouch. Alright, so what's going to happen is I'm going to cut this bolt off with this cutoff wheel. It friction locked on the bolt, and it happens. Come out that way. Yeah, it was so much easier than going and getting the torch and stringing it over here and spraying sparks all over everything. So that's done. Sometimes, you know, the hard way is the easy way. Sometimes the easy way is the hard way. All right, so let me look. We got one hose on the top, and then this thing can come off. And I think me and Don will manhandle it out of there. I wasn't going to, but I just don't want to move this hood today. So we'll probably just move this crap out of the way, and we'll pick this radiator up and set it down. It shouldn't be too hard. So we should be able to just scoot it up forward. I think I got everything out. Let's do a test lift before we go to put it on the ground. If you pick it up from there, will you be able to get it on the ground? How heavy is it? Huh? You gonna be able to do it? Tell me when. Well, bullshit. No, no, no. What do you need? You just need something. Is it gonna be heavy, you think? Okay. I mean, I took the cab over one out by myself.
Yeah.
Granted, I hurt myself. I didn't go, man, that was easy when I was done. You want a 9/16 on a zipper? The zipper's next to you. The sockets are over there on the truck. And the zipper should be somewhere right here. Oh, it's right here. Here. What you need? You got a right socket? 9/16? Half inch? Okay, put your zipper on there like this. Ready? Okay, so we're just going to set it down right here. You going to be able to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, lift. Wait. I think because we're crooked. Yeah, right? Okay. All right, it's perfect. I got it. There. It's not going nowhere. Thanks, brother. Looks like we haven't got much done, but we actually have. We're going to take these bars off, get those down out of the way, get this fan off. We're going to take off the AC compressor and the alternator brackets. We're going to take off the power steering fluid reservoir, get the air compressor out, and we're going to take care of those. We're going to put them in the tote, and then we're going to get up top. Let's crank you up there so you can see. It's kind of irritating. I'm fixing to remedy it. Then we'll get up top. We'll get the Jake brakes back off. We'll get the valve train off. Get the valve covers off. Take the turbo and the exhaust off. This will be off. That'll be off. And then and those bars will be off. And then we'll start breaking the head bolts off. And once we get the head bolts all off, this will be level up here. We'll get the head bolts all off. We'll snatch a hold of the wood chain. Good cherry picker over here, and we'll pick that up. We'll set the head down, and then we'll get inside and look. I'd like to get the head off today. I'm not sure what time it is or how much time we got left, but that is the general idea, is to get the head off today. I need a little bit of water, I'll be back. That is in a horrible place. We'll take these off first. Ouch. You know, Jesus, dude. Those are way harder than they need to be. I almost feel the bolt failing versus it coming loose. This is not a air fan. Oh yeah, it is. It's just built back there. So, I guess I haven't been talking too much, but basically I'm going to take this off so I can access this. We get this AC compressor and alternator bracket off. We get this power steering reservoir off. Intake manifold off. And then we'll get the valve covers off. We'll make sure we save all those fasteners, because we got to find all the other fasteners, because we're going to do the Jake brakes on Trisha. Well, that's a washer that's now in the coolant, or a nut. We're going to put Jakes on Trisha, and I'm going to use this, all the Jakes off this motor on it, because I'll have every piece. So the valve covers, the valve cover extensions, the Jakes, the Jake bolts, all the washers and shims, electrical. I've got 4 sets of Jakes. I have 4 sets of Jakes now for 3406. I had a guy that was wanting to buy a set. I feel kind of bad. because I told him I'd round up all the pieces, but I just haven't had a minute to do it. And I was kind of hoping he was going to come down and we could just do it together, but you know, our schedules didn't really match up, and I guess, I don't know, I guess he got tired of waiting on me. I don't know. But you know, I'm super busy, you know, trying to juggle the trucks and the channel and the other social medias and my family and work, you know. So it is what it is. It's easier for me not to sell anything to somebody, because that way I don't disappoint them by not following through, you know. Ooh, that thing is really, really in there. This should have been a stud, in my opinion, because it's going to break. It's going to strip out or something. It was really a horrible place to get any leverage. Okay, it's gonna be a little loud. I try to turn that volume down. I don't just let it blare on you when I edit. Neither one of those bolts were long enough for that. Just saying. What I'll do is I'll put those 3 bolts back in as soon as I get that piece off. Well, that's the idea anyway. Let's see. Okay, so we had a big one. It comes from the starter to the alternator on the all the way on the right hand lug when you're looking in the back, and also a hot wire that goes back to the frame, to the car. So that's how the truck gets its wiring. Its hot wire is this wire here and the one from the starter joined together on the alternator. And then there's 2 wires that come to the alternator. The smaller lug and they come through the bracket, and they come from somewhere down below. What's this wire? Okay, so this one is the one that goes to the AC compressor, and it comes through that bracket. It shouldn't come through that bracket. This one, we'll get that one down after this bracket. So we got that one off. These two are off. They come through the back of the bracket. Ouch. This job is hard on the skin. I have taken a lot of meat off today. Of course, this bolt wouldn't be so hard if I wouldn't have left it till last. And I can make a mess by dropping those bolts on the ground. Never mind, nothing I can do. Okay, I think it's free. Yep. All right, not bad. So we get this wire here. It does what? It's the other. It goes down that side of the motor. Let's put some new loom on there. What is this? This goes down that side of the motor. Take this off, this bracket that turns loose from the head. We'll get the see if we can take the turbo off. I'm not super concerned about it, but I think it'll be easier to get it off on the truck here than trying to do it while it's hanging off of the forklift or the engine crane. Don's already got the exhaust loose. Okay. Might be able to just get that whole thing off. We'll take this hose off. We'll take this turbo feed line off, take that turbo drain line off, take those bolts out, undo this pyro gauge, and then try and take the exhaust manifold and turbo off. Got one broke off bolt up there, of course, typical. And this this thermostat housing, these bolts will break off. I wish these were 349 jakes instead of 346, but these will be fine on Tricia. We'll take these jakes and these valve cover extensions, and we'll put those on Tricia. We'll clean these up nice, make them look new again. These solenoids both look good. We'll need new wire, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Tricia needs jakes. Also want to do I want to change Tricia over to intercooled instead of aftercooled. So we'll probably, I have an extra intake manifold. We'll probably try and find a intercooler that'll fit behind the grill and have the cab still closed down. We'll try and do that too while we're doing it. We're not going to do the intake manifold until we know we've got an intercooler that fits in there and we can make some piping work, because I don't want that truck to be down for an extended period of time. think I might have squeezed up against something with the microphone and shut you off. It's not good. Oh, broke it off. Okay. Well, not what I wanted to do, but I kind of expected to break more of them than I did. That gets cooked right there in that corner, and then that's exactly what happens. Why they put 3/8 studs in this thing, or 5/16. Now they're 3/8, but you know, it should have been 7/16. So we got one more, and I'm gonna have to do some Houdini magic. But you know, guys, it isn't bad to do a little magic once in a while on your wrenches. Might have turned you off, I'm not sure. Lean it up against this turbo. And you can't take this turbo manifold off because these are studs, right? If these were bolts, we could slip it back a little bit and take this manifold off, but we're gonna have to get on this with the impact, break those out, get this cover apart, and break those out. Just the way it works. Wasn't my idea. Nobody called me and said, James, we're about to build this exhaust manifold real close to this aluminum thermostat housing. What do you think? And since nobody asked me, they just went ahead and did it wrong. Alright, so these bolt broke off. These two bolts are going to break. I'm going to use the impact to break them. Yep. That crazy. I bet you ain't never seen anything like this before. Shit. I just broke that off with my own bare hands trying to pry an aluminum thermostat housing off. And when it broke, it shocked my bones like you'd never heard before. Yeah, well, all right guys, I petered out. We're not going to get this set off tonight. It's after 6. Don's got to go. We ran into a problem with the new headliner not fitting right in Marla, and it kind of ate up some of our available time. I also just broke a pretty nice pry bar trying to get this aluminum housing off. I got to get this off. You know, these things are about 500 bucks, and this one's going to get ruined for sure. But we got to get this off, get the exhaust manifold off, get the valve train off, couple of brackets, get all the head bolts out, and get over here with the cherry picker. It's not going to happen tonight, so there'll be a part 17. Don't forget. We appreciate you coming by. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out jamespretty.shop. Buy yourself a t-shirt. We don't have any Betty t-shirts yet, but we're working on it.
That'll be coming next to the shop.
That's right, next to the shop. And we appreciate you. Share, invite your friends to share, have their friends share. Let's grow the channel. Appreciate you.